Hi guys, Jason here on the other farm. We're actually on the trial property this morning. As you can see, I'm making my morning coffee. I'll make that, and what I'm thinking today, guys, is I might get you guys to tag along if you want to, if that's okay. I've got some tasks to do here on the other farm and then at the trial property. Just everyday tasks that we do on a normal basis. So I'll finish making these coffees and we might as well get started, get this down the road. Righto guys, I'll just finish off this coffee and then we'll get stuck into the day. I just stuck my head out the window there before when I was making my coffee. I noticed a couple of the girls are up and active. So they're not actually active, they're just up. Looks like they're still half asleep. So by the time I finish these coffees, we'll be ready to start task number one. Righto guys, I'll have this coffee and we'll head down and move these girls into the next cell. Righto guys, we'll head down now and move these cows. You dogs come for a walk? Hey, come for a walk, Butchie? Yeah, it's supposed to be 32 degrees today guys, so summer's definitely here and on its way. So I think tomorrow it's supposed to be increasing to 35, so got some hot weather coming our way, that's for sure. Oh, I can see Min, she's staring at me. She's ready for the move. I can hear her mooing. Alright guys, I'll turn this camera down and we'll head round and check out their greys, what they did last night for me before we move them. Alright guys, so here we are. Looks like they've tipped all this stuff for me. Min's like letting me get away too easy. She wants to move ASAP. Plenty of fertiliser there guys, manure. Just adding that fertiliser back to the soil. I don't know what that one's going to do. I think it's going to fertilise that cement too well, but someone's had a miss. Oh, here we are, a couple of them still lying down. A lot of this grass though guys is being tipped. Really good. Chewed it down there. There, it's only a small area. Maybe a little bit of overgrazing in places. But I'm giving this a long stint, so a long break. So I'm not expecting to bring them back in within probably 40, 52 days. We're taking them back out the other farm. I'm going to put a couple of heifers back over the bull, so that's why I wanted a good graze this time, because like 100% guarantee when I come back in 50 days time, 52 days time, thereabouts, a lot of this is going to seed, which I don't like, but I've got no other choice. Bit of Rhodes grass there, still at seeds, but I've tipped all the way around that though. All that's been taken down. There's nowhere in here it hasn't really been tipped. Hello girls. Plenty of fertiliser deposited down. See all that there. Yeah, I'm happy with this graze guys. Obviously someone slept there. Laying that carbon down for me. So they've just taken the top third, or not even really. There's a fair bit of forage in here, so that's the pasture obviously they're in, and this is next door what they're going into. So it's pretty high, so they've only really tipped the top of this. Done a good job. So nevertheless guys, we'll do this move. I'll just make sure I turn this power off before I go any further. The last thing I'll do is zap myself. I've seen the bloopers, I've been hit a few times. Righto, come on girls. 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 Before we head out the other farm guys, we'll just take a bit of a walk through here with these cows as they're grazing. Have a look what they're eating. I know what they're eating, I'm just showing you guys. Check them out. There's not one cow here that's not going for the candy first. We've got all this long pastoral grass here, and have a look what they're eating, guys. Like I said, this is that 28 days recovery. It's not a long time, but we had all that rain, so I don't want to move them through because I want to take them to the other farm, put back over the bulls. But have a look at that. That clover is probably, I don't know, maybe 1 to 2 inches high. It's not, I normally let it go 6 or 8 inches, but typically clover is a cool season's grass, so you can't tell me that this regenerative farming practice or ranching practice doesn't work, because we've gotten 32 degree days now, 35 degree days, and this clover is still here. Typically, before, when I was continual grazing, it was gone by this time of the year, you know. Late December, there wasn't a sign of any clover. Because the ground was continually grazed, there was no moisture in the ground, and all the surface area was overheated due to the sun hitting that surface, and you haven't got the armour on the soil on along the grass which is protecting it, so it's staying cooler longer, so the clover is actually hanging around a little bit longer. But I wouldn't expect it to be here when I come back in 52 days time, because it's not growing that fast. But always that candy first is what they go for. Well, I suppose if I was in their shoes, kidney candy store, I'll be doing the same thing. So righto guys, we'll wrap this up now. Just got to check this last water over here. I know they've been going through 2 of these a day. It's been that hot. No, that one's alright. Don't leave them dry up. They'll be at the other farm for quite a few hours. So righto guys, we'll come back this afternoon, and one of our chores is going to be moving these girls into the next cell, which I took the liberty of setting up yesterday, so they moved down to there. Righto guys, without further ado, we'll jump in the ute and we'll head out to the other farm. Righto guys, we're at the other farm now. Finished the chores on the trial property. So today at the other farm, what I want to do is, a lot of this pastoral grass has come to seed, so I want to slash it down because we've got some more rain coming, and because the cows aren't chewing it because they're continual grazing and can't keep up with growth, I want to slash it, keep that plant still growing rather than go dormant, drop the seeds and die. So let's hook up the slasher and do a bit of slashing. Righto guys, I just finished that tillation. Oh, not all of it. I still got maybe a day and a half left. Done about 20 acres today, so I just have some lunch and enjoy the view in the river, and then I'll come and grab you and we'll head off to the next task. Righto guys, see you in a minute. Righto guys, what I'm going to do now is, I call this the COVID-19 garden, because when COVID hit back in March 2019, we're laid off work for a while. So, well, I've only really worked a few swings since 2019, maybe 3 or 4 months at max, because the borders keep closing. So this is a remnants of about August 2019. So we camped that here for, would have been a good 7 or 8 months when COVID first hit. So we just went back to the trial property occasionally, for a shower. Otherwise we had our shower and everything set up here. We had my son here, a few of his mates. We had like a tent city. It was great, really good. I got a lot of work done on the property. So, and we haven't watered this since. This has been, 18 months, 2 years probably with no water, just relying on rainfall. Pineapples are pretty hardy, so they're pineapples I've got in the front. So what I'm going to do, guys, and we've got a few capsicum. So a few of them have died, but this bugger here, he's given us fruit after fruit after fruit. There's 2 there now. We picked 3 off last week. It just won't give up. The resilience. It's like COVID-19, just will not give up. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I've got some mulch from home, some lawn clippings. I'm going to put a bit of mulch over the top of this to give them a chance. They've done it pretty hard in the last couple of years with no water. So we've got that dump of rain coming. So I want to help them out a little bit. So at least then I can harvest what fruit, pineapples we got off it, and then I'll probably end up just leveling it out. But it's been a really productive garden so far. Another task down, guys. We'll head on to the next one. Righty-ody then. Next task is, I bought 2 more IBC containers. We had that one. We done the video, if you can remember, water transfer, effective way of water transfer. This is the same location. So I've since purchased 2 more IBC containers because we end up planting another 5 more fruit trees. So we're sort of chewing through the water pretty fast because, as you know, you see the fruit tree planting video, we water our trees for the first 35 days once we put them in the ground to give them a chance and make sure they don't dry out. So we've got 17 in total now, so I'm just hoping they don't fruit all at the same time. Otherwise, I guess we'll be eating fruit for a while. So no, I tried filming this yesterday, guys, and what happens is the fuel hose, this is like 3-year-old, and the fuel hose got perished. So I replace it now, and between all of us, we can fill these IBC containers. As you can see there, guys, that's where the fuel hose was. So I went down and purchased a fuel line. They don't sell it in little pieces. You've got to buy a metre section, and I'll tell you what, it's like gold. So I've had this for a little bit. I had issues with a tractor 6 months ago, so I still had a spare bit. So I'll fit that in there, and we'll come back and we'll kick it over. There, guys, new hose fitted. So we'll turn it over and we'll get cracking. We'll get this job completed and fill these IBC containers. And then we'll go on to the next task. What we'll do now, guys, is go to the next task. This will take a while to fill up, so we'll go up and we'll water these fruit trees now, so I'll give you a look at them. Right, guys, before we head off and do these fruit trees, just want to come down and make sure that float is alright. So that's about 8 inches under the ground for that non-return foot valve. Fair bit of action up the river today. A lot of ski boats out. What I do to go for a ski at the moment. Weather's about 33 here today, so Jack and Grant, one of Cal's mates, and their dad just chilling out. Righto, guys, let's get these fruit trees watered. Finish those two and then we'll go down and check the IBC container. Plus I don't want to use all the batteries up. Today so far, just from the chores, you've come along with me, I'm on my last battery and I've still got to move the girls when I get home. So yeah, I'll catch you back down at the IBC container. Looks like we're about half full, guys. Good timing. Might just sit down and relax by the river and I'll turn it off and I'll bring you back when I load all this gear up to take back to the farm, the other farm. Well, that's it, guys. Both IBC containers are both full, so I'll pack up this gear. Alright guys, we'll head up to the shed, we'll drop this stuff off, taking the pump home now, the generator. We'll drop the other stuff off and we'll head back to the trial property and move these girls. Alright guys, back here in the trial property now. We've got all that gear packed away on the other farm back in the shed from the water transfer. So a couple more chores left, guys, and then that's it for the day. We're done. Just got to go down now and move those girls into the cell. Like I said, twice a day, so we'll go see what kind of graze they did. And then there's only one more chore after that. Okay, I'll see you down there, guys. Righto guys, just have a look what they've done. On the ground here, as expected, all the candy's gone. Absolutely not 1 ounce of clover left. All that clover. See that dirt? It's the only thing when they eat the clover, it's dirt underneath. But that can't be helped, so but there's still good grass left. So I reckon they probably had a third. You know, there's a good, oh, there'd have to be a good foot of grass left there. You can see by Min's legs, that bit there goes still up to her belly. So they've done a good job, they've grazed it down. Over there, in front of Bub, that's still a foot high in front of him, so you know, that's where that clover was there where he's lying on. So obviously they've taken that right down to the ground. But no, it's very similar, guys. If you go over here and have a look, when we moved them this morning, I said, you know, roughly 20%, 30%, they tipped the head off it. But so there it is there, guys. That's when we moved this morning. If you have a look, it's almost, you could put a spirit level on that. It's almost that even all the way across both passes from last night and what they've done this morning. So no, I'm happy with that, guys. Definitely, like I said, it's going to be 52 days before I bring them back in, so this will have a long spell. I know it's going to be high, good chance it'll come to seed. What I might do, guys, I might put you guys on a tripod and I'll set up this next cell and then we'll move them in. Righto guys, so the cell's set up now, guys. Just put that O'Brien step ends in and that poly braid will let the cows in, eh? Righto, come on girls. 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 Alright guys, that was pretty easy, straight in. What I'll do now is I'll grab the water containers and fill them up. I noticed Pip come over, she always goes to that camera. It's the microphone on it, the fluffy microphone, she sniffs it every single time. Righto guys, hang with me and we'll get this done, and then we got one more task left after this. Righto guys, that's it, we only got one more chore left, so let's finish off here and we'll go finish that last chore. All the water's done. What I can do with my troughs, guys, I like to put them right under the middle of the poly wire, the braid, because in the morning it just saves him moving that one. So that'll stay there, and that'll be alright for the next cell in the morning. I've only got to move that one then. I'll put them both up there, just double handling. Righto guys, we'll go to that last chore and the day's over. Righto guys, last task for the day, a bit of me time. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself, tagging along today, watching me do my task here on the trial property and out there on the other farm. Leave comments, questions guys, happy to answer them. I'm going to sit here for another 20 minutes guys, and I can reckon two things are either going to happen. Either that tripod that my camera's sitting on is going to fall in, because as you can see my jetty's on a bit of a lean. It's seen better days. It's had many floods over it, and it's sunk one side, so all the bolts and that are rusted off. So I don't know how long it's going to be up for. Hopefully for the next 5 minutes while I'm sitting here. Or I'm going to catch Ross River fever or malaria, because the mozzies and midgies are pretty savage now the rain's gone. So as soon as that sun goes down, it's about an hour of hell until the gets a bit darker, and then it clears up again. So there's one now. So righty guys, on that I'll let you guys go. Have a good morning, have a great afternoon and a terrific evening guys, wherever you're watching this from, and I'll catch you later.